So my name is Garth, Sharif or Sheriff, either way. I am very excited to be here. I have been doing and delivering continuing professional development courses for a number of years. I have to say, this particular session is quite an honor for me, being Sri Lankan. My parents came from Sri Lanka in the 70s, so I have to have my phone on mute because my mother might call multiple times to see how it's going. So that was like the number one thing I had to do, make sure my phone was on mute so my mother doesn't call me. They saw my picture in the Monsoon Journal, and I'm one of two brothers, I'm now number one. I'm the number one brother, so I'm really excited about that. So this is the topic that we're going to talk about today. And when you think about the word ethics, what do you think about? Looking at your faces, probably tired. 2 hours of ethics. Where's the coffee? I understand. I'm empathetic. Feel free to get coffee at any time. But you might eventually think you might look like this at the end of this, ethics. Are we going to go through code of conduct? Am I going to read rules? Yes to all of that. No, I'm just joking. We're going to do this a little differently. We're going to have some fun. Since you're in table groups, I'm going to ask you to put yourselves in certain scenarios and certain case studies that I think you might find interesting. Because ethics really is self-examination of your decision-making process. That's what ethics is. For CPAs, it's intensified because of the type of work we do. And we have a code of conduct. But that's ultimately what it is, decision-making. So I'm going to put you through a series of decisions. At your table groups, some of you might argue. That's good. You won't need the coffee. You can just argue with each other as you go through these case studies. And they're really interesting because they're going to make you think, hopefully, about how you make decisions. And that really is ethics. So I'm going to try to introduce, I'm a big pop culture guy. I watch too much television, too much Netflix, too much Amazon Prime. So I'm going to introduce some pop cultural references. You may know of them, you may not. So the first one, because ethics right now is really cool on television. There was one show in particular dedicated in a humorous way to the discussion of ethics, and that show was called The Good Place. Anybody know The Good Place? Some of you, okay, we got one person in the back, that's okay. So for you, you'll know who this person is. This is Chidi Anagonye. He's a character on the show The Good Place, and he's a professor of moral philosophy. He's very funny because there are some archetypes or stereotypes of professors of moral philosophy, and he's one of those. And so there were two shows on NBC dedicated to looking at how we make decisions and how we think about ethical decision making. So I thought I'd show you a clip from both these shows. One is called The Good Place, and the other one's called AP Bio.